and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Still really warm. It's 7 p.m, just before 7 p.m. on the south coast of the UK here in West Sussex, and it is 33 degrees Celsius in shed quarters. Yoko is in the chat. She says hello Stephen and everyone. Amy is going to run a little bit but not the whole thing tonight because she's not feeling 100%, which is absolutely fine. Jeff Partridge is in there and Anthony is there as well. Hello, he says good evening everyone. So yeah, 11 kilometers per hour because I just feel like I'd like to get this done in an hour. So we're going to go at 11 kilometers an hour because the run is, well, it's fractionally over 11 kilometers. This evening, Bag That Badge is the Ocean Boulevard route. Paul Hayward says he's very, very tired. 25 degrees in here, says Amy. I felt very hot today. Yeah, same here. It's been really hot. So yeah, if you don't want to go at the same pace as me, I don't blame you at all. I'm just going to go at 11. If people want to run with me, that's fine. But I just like to get it done in an hour today. There's not many of us, so it's not like... I imagine that most people have this badge already. And because it's the summer, we're not getting a load of new people joining. So there are not a lot of new people around to do the Route Achievement Badges. So let's just get this done. It's all training, it's all good endurance work. We are in the first week of training of a 10-week vlog to take us to Chamonix for UTMB at the end of August. So let's get this rocking and rolling, and away we go with Bag That Badge for a Thursday evening, and we are away. So yeah, we've got Yoko, we've got Amy, we've got Jeff Partridge, we've got Paul Hayward, we've got Kay Hunt, we've got Borsheim from Norway, we've got CMG from Mexico, we've got Cole from Spain. Hello to you guys. Boys and girls, welcome to Bag That Badge. Feel free to join me at 11 kilometers per hour for the duration. Or take it at your own pace and run as far as you like. Anthony says, I ran outside today at 9 AM thinking it might not be hot. How wrong I was. 25 degrees it was at 9 AM for Anthony. He says it wasn't fun. No. I've got two fans on pointing at me, hoping the temperature will start to come down as the evening goes on. I've also got a cold towel, which I can put around my neck if I get a bit hot later on. And yeah, Western States 100, says Jeff Partridge. Coming up, having finished tracking the spine, great win for Dave Phillips on the spine. And Jenny Yeo, who I'd not heard of before, pipping Laura Swanson to first. For the ladies in the spine, this week we've also had a new world record in the Backyard Ultra, 102 hours, 102 loops. So it's been an amazing week of running. And yes, we've got Western States 100 coming up at the weekend. And my tip is our Brit, Tom Evans, to win that. So let's see what happens. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, I haven't put my heart rate on. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to stop and put my heart rate on, but I'll catch everyone up. Yeah, she's dropped back quite a long way, hasn't she, Jeff? Right, heart rate connected via Bluetooth. Half a kilometre done. Let's just catch up with Amy. I hope everyone is all right. Looks like Paul Hayward's going at a bit of a clip. 12 kilometres an hour for Paul Hayward. He says he's very, very tired, but he's going for it. Well done, Paul. She's been enjoying herself. Yeah, on a 268-mile run, Laura Swanson in second place has just been taking it easy and enjoying herself, looking at the sights, wandering around, stopping for ice cream. Right, I think we've caught up just about now with Amy. Again, after that brief stop to connect my heart rate. So got back down to 11. Tina says, good evening all. I'm smug as I ran earlier and have just had dinner. Well, I have not had my dinner yet, and I am trying to get used to the heat at this pace. We're going to go at 11 kph for the whole run, for the whole hour. Get this Ocean Boulevard run done. Amy has sped up to 5 kph as well. What's going on? Amy's now trying to race down Paul Hayward. Maybe Amy's just going for 5k tonight. Let's see what happens. Yeah, whoosh, there goes Amy, says Jeff. I know, what's that all about? I catch her up and then she just whizzes off ahead of me. Maybe I smell or something. I'm a very proud father this evening because my daughter did her first piano exam today. Grade 1. Got to start somewhere. But yeah, she did grade 1 piano today and she thinks she did okay. We won't find out for a week or so whether she's actually passed, but she thinks she did okay, so fingers crossed. But I'm really proud of her. She does get nervous for things like that, like where you put things where you put under a spotlight, you know, exams and races and things. She doesn't like competition. She doesn't like the pressure of all that stuff. So I'm really proud of her for going for it. And she came out smiling, so that's good. Whereas the girl who was in before her came out crying. So I was a bit worried beforehand. Tina says, well done, Elsa. Even grade 1 is tough, yeah. Anthony says, hi, Victoria. Victoria says, hello. Happy Thursday, all. Yoko says, great news, Stephen. I assume because of Elsa. Thank you very much, Yoko. And Jeff says, well done, Elsa. Victoria says, what were you doing in Worthing today? Oh, yes. Yes, Jeff Partridge was spotted in Worthing today. Big news, which we will tell you about. Victoria, we do have to make sure that we're not about to be racist, though. Let's just be careful that we're not going to be racist. Tina, with regards to Jeff Partridge being in Worthing, Tina says he can't tell you or he'd have to kill you. Well, this is what we're worried about, Tina. Right, now Victoria, with the warning of about to be racist, she says best leave it alone then. Right, Jeff Partridge, tell me, is it racist to call a Welsh person the word taff, T-A-F, or taffy? Is that racist or is that allowed? Because our whole story depends on that. All right, apparently no. Okay, Victoria, it's completely allowed. So, am I telling the story or are you telling the story, Victoria? With regard to the run, we are 1 mile in to the Ocean Boulevard Bag That Badge event. Not very many runners today, only about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 runners. That's not too bad. So, 10 runners in Bag That Badge. So Victoria says, Jeff Partridge, we saw your work car today. Let's just leave it at that for a minute or two, leave it hanging for a minute. Right, Amy Green has slowed down again now to a normal. I'm going to speed up again to catch Jeff and Amy up. So, yes, we were driving along the road in Worthing today, and the vehicle in front of us had the number plate MI5 TAF, TAF. So we were convinced it was Jeff Partridge in his authorised work vehicle. We didn't look in the driver's seat to find out. We were too frightened about what the consequences might be. Obviously, Jeff Partridge in his work car would have diplomatic immunity, so he could obviously shoot us and get away with it. Jeff Partridge points out the obvious, that if he was travelling as an undercover agent, then having the number plate MI5 TAF wouldn't exactly be incognito. Well, you may have a point there, Jeff. But we were still convinced it was you. Two kilometres done of Ocean Boulevard, 9 to go. Settled into pace now. Is everybody happy? Question mark. Have you all had a good day? Question mark. Heart rate 128. Comfortably in zone 2 at the moment. Let's see how warm we get. Whether we go into zone 3. Jeff Partridge also points out that he normally has a driver as well, so he wouldn't be driving himself. So maybe that car is your day off car. Maybe it's not his work car at all, Victoria. It's his day off car. When he's not incognito. And he does drive himself. He doesn't have a driver. He just drives himself around. That's his holiday car. All right, everybody's being nice and quiet in-game chat. So I've just asked how everybody is. Now, obviously, Amy and Jeff are in the YouTube chat. So, but everybody else is keeping themselves to themselves. And Paul Hayward is obviously in the YouTube chat as well. And Yoko. we've got quite a few other runners. Jose has just stopped there. Quite a few other runners who are just getting on with the run. Jose and also Enrile from Spain have both stopped running. Looks like Jose has now logged out. Oh yeah, Victoria points out that Jeff Partridge's holiday car is his ultra van. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, but there must be times when he doesn't need to drive his ultra van if he's not going on ultras. You know, maybe he just wants to pop to town. Amy says she's too hot. How many fans have you got on? You need to buy another fan, Amy, or you need an ice bandana. We've got this. This is the cool towel that Tina has been recommending, and some other friends of ours have been recommending. Tina Beard says, when you live in a county that doesn't exist, why would you have such a blatant number plate? I'm not getting involved, Tina. I'm not getting involved. I'll just get told off again. Amy only has one fan pointing at her at the moment. She says her other fan is facing the wrong way. Well, that's no good. We are coming up to 3 kilometres. Just over 8 kilometres to go. Running, the weather in Watopia is mirroring the weather in real life. Hot and sunny. And we're by the beach. There we are, 3k done, 8k to go. About 43 minutes left. Victoria says it's nice and cool sitting on the sofa. She says her heart rate is good too. I imagine it is, Vic. Apologies if you watched the little of the live stream that happened this morning. We did the Film My Run 500 and Victoria was with me. First time in ages that Victoria has managed to join me for the Film My Run 500. And we started live streaming, and then we had a complete internet dropout. Everything died. The live stream disconnected and wouldn't come back on again. We did manage to complete the run, but there was no live stream after about 5 minutes. Yeah, Amy Green says she went to watch it this morning and it stopped. Yep. Oh, that is really good news, Tina. Many of you that follow the channel will know that Tina's husband has not been well. Recently, he's been in hospital, but he has been home now for a few days and is recovering very well. That is good to hear, Tina. Excellent news. Jeff Partridge says, rather than apologising for the lack of a live stream this morning, he says you should be apologising for the gratuitous bare chest footage from Scotland. I make absolutely no apologies, Jeff. I warned everybody in the film. If you didn't like it, you didn't have to watch it. And there's always chapters, so you can always skip over that bit as well. But I did in the first scene, the first gratuitous half-naked scene, I make a specific warning that there are plenty more of those scenes to come. And you know you loved it, really. Tina Beard says, yes, Jeff, I'm glad you mentioned that. She says, it was so gratuitous and not pretty. Not pretty at all, says Jeff. Victoria's states that during the South Downs Way 100, I made him put his vest on before we reached the track. Yes, Victoria, but there is plenty of footage of me bare-chested in many parts of that run, so that video will also be coming to the channel soon. More bare-chested cousins on the Film My Run channel. If you don't know what we're talking about, by the way, you can, if you feel so inclined, go and watch the Film My Run channel's latest video, which is a vlog style video of my volunteering experience up at the Cape Wrath Ultra in Scotland, which, let's face it, did involve me jumping in water on a number of occasions. And yeah, because it's been very hot in the UK, obviously, over the past couple of weeks. Victoria and I did run the South Downs Way 100 together a couple of weeks ago. And as it got hotter and hotter, I did remove my running vest. It was at the... Victoria says this was at the points when I couldn't keep up with her. Yes. She kept leaving aid stations before I was ready and getting about a mile ahead of me on the trail. I had to run faster to keep up with her or to catch her up. It was most annoying. It's most annoying to find out that my wife is actually faster at running 100 miles than me. Not a word, Jeff Partridge, not a word. Uh, 4 kilometres has skipped by, 7 kilometres to go. Heart rate is 134 at the moment. We've only spent a little bit of time in zone 3. Still in zone 2, just about. Yes, I was too late. Jeff Partridge has already typed most people are faster at running 100 miles than you. Which is exactly what I was trying to avoid Jeff typing, but I wasn't quick enough. "23 minutes done. 4.2 kilometres. Heart rate 134. Ocean Boulevard, live on the Zwift Run channel for Bag That Badge on a Thursday evening on the south coast of the UK, where the temperature is exactly 30 degrees Celsius here in shed quarters. Victoria, your last sentence doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Victoria was so quick on the South Downs Way 100. She had to wait for me at the top of the final hill. Yeah, she had to wait for me to catch up before we went down the final hill. To be honest, Tina, I did crawl most of that 100 miles in the heat. She says, I must be feeling nice. I'm sticking up for Stephen, as I couldn't even crawl 100 miles. Jeff Partridge says, I bet you could, Tina. You could probably crawl it faster than I did on that particular occasion, Tina. I must admit, I was a complete wreck when I got to the finish line. But at least Victoria and I did make it to the finish line. Plenty didn't. It was a very, very tough race. Well done, Amy. Amy is going to chill to 5k. Well done, Amy. So 400 metres left for Amy. And she'll have done her 5k today. Good job. Thanks for joining, Amy. Well done. Well done, Amy. Thank you for joining, as always. Tina says, you obviously need to eat better. Yes, we both need to eat better. We had a terrible time throwing up for basically 14 hours. Actually, on the subject of nutrition, Victoria, would it be possible for you to bring me an iced orange juice or something, because I'm feeling a bit of a sugar crash at the moment. Thank you. Or something to drink anyway, with a bit of sugar in it. Appreciate that. Yes, Paul is a good way ahead of us at the moment, nearly 2 minutes ahead of us. Me and Jeff Partridge plodding on at 11 kph to get this run done in 1 hour. There's Amy. Just speeding up. Heart rate 165 for Amy as she comes into the finish. She's just done 5k and that's back with us now. Amy actually feels good for having run that 5k. Well done, Amy. Always feel better after you've done a run. Almost always feel better after you've done a run. Appreciate it. Oh, that's fuel. Nice, thank you. You know that feeling when your legs go a bit funny and you know that you need your dinner? Got that feeling. Sorry? I know. Okay. Well, I've got half an hour to go. Yeah. Okay, Jeff Partridge and I are coming up to halfway. 5.5 kilometres done. 5.5 kilometres left to go in half an hour. And relatively comfortable in terms of heart rate. We are still in zone 2, 133 BPM. Paul Hayward's dropped his iPad, or he says it went flying at the start. Amy says, has it survived? Paul says, yes, I've just picked it up. So, halfway through, half an hour to go, 5.5k done, and we are still under the tunnels of Ocean Boulevard. You might have just heard me saying to Victoria, I've just felt a little bit of a sugar crash. Legs are feeling a bit wobbly, so I've just got to drink some sugar. Well done, everybody. Full stop. The B2 is now halfway through. Jeff Partridge has just eaten a handful of Tang Fastics. I always get that muddled in my tongue. Tang Fastics. Not Fantastics. We have a tanning salon near us called Tanfastic. Jeff Partridge, can you chuck a Tangfastic to Tina, please? Oh, he says, sorry, they're all gone. You greedy hog, Mr. Partridge. Unbelievable. You're like my daughter with her sweets, you are. Elsa, could I have one of your sweets? Oh, I'm sorry, they're all gone. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How fast did you eat them so I couldn't get my hands on one? Six kilometres done, 5 kilometres to go here on Bag That Badge on Ocean Boulevard with Jeff Partridge, Paul Hayward just up ahead, and we've got a few other runners still in with us. Yoko is still there as well, excuse me. Bjorna from Norway is the furthest ahead, he's done 7.6 kilometres. Kay Hunt from the UK, he's done 7 kilometres. Paul Hayward's on 6.3, me and Jeff are on 6. CMG from Mexico, he's on 5.9. Pieces from Belgium is on 1.1 kilometres, a late join. Yoko is on 5.3k. And Enriel from Spain is on 2.9k. I think he had a technical dropout. Jeff Partridge did have a new bag, or does have a new bag of Tang Fastics, but they are in the van, unfortunately. Tina says they're no good in there. Amy Green likes her Coca-Cola bottles. Yes, cola bottles, very nice. Haven't had one of them for a while. Apparently Tang Fastics are ultra food from the gods. That's why they live in the van. I thought that was pizza. Right, Victoria says cola bottles, Percy Pigs and Haribo, all yummy, and Stephen doesn't like any of them. No, I do like cola bottles. Percy Pigs and Haribo can go and jump in a lake, but cola bottles, yes, I'm all for them. Jeff Partridge says, there is never an instance where I cannot force down a Tang Fastic, unlike pizza. Fair enough. Take your point. Right, I am well established now in zone 3 heart rate. Yeah, suffering. I mean, I'm not really suffering, but I've definitely got a sugar crash, which is making me feel quite weak. And, yeah, I'm hoping this drink that I've got is going to kick in a minute and make me feel better. I do occasionally get this. Not often. But definitely got a bit of a sugar low. Amy has jelly tots next to her bed in case she has a low during the night. Anthony Anson has a packet of dark Maltesers, very nice. If I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel a sugar low, I go downstairs and have a bowl of Crunchy Nut cornflakes at 2 o'clock in the morning. Unless we don't have Crunchy Nut cornflakes, and then I just feel depressed for a little while. Or I have a hot chocolate. Yeah, Jeff Partridge says, I get sugar crashes quite a lot, especially on days when I run commute. It's all in the timing. Yeah, I suppose it all is, like when you last ate and stuff like that. It's all... And I think the heat has something to do with it as well. I think I'm much more likely to get a sugar crash when it's hot weather. It is 29.5 degrees Celsius inside shed quarters this evening. Oh dear, all this talk now means that Tina really wants some sweets and she doesn't eat sugar after 6 p.m. Damn it. You're in trouble then. Victoria doesn't drink caffeine in the afternoons and evenings. She only drinks caffeine in the morning. Apart from today when she accidentally drank some of Elsa's coffee. So she's worried she's going to be up all night now. Two swigs of coffee with caffeine, and she thinks she's going to be up all night. Paul Hayward just says 2 words. Sherbet, lemon. Yeah, Amy Green definitely has more sugar hypos in the summer. 4 kilometres to go. 7 kilometres done. Oh, bag that badge this evening. Heart rate 137, 138. Victoria says, Tina, just pretend you're in a different time zone. Then you can get away with it. Victoria, can I have one of those celebration chocolates in the red bag by the back door, please? Jeff is going to the pub for a walk to the pub after this. Not working tomorrow. Pork scratchings and a pint or 3 of ale. Very nice too. In the evening sunshine. Lovely. Yeah, Victoria and I do like some pork scratchings. Amy loves pork scratchings as well. Tina, Paul Hayward, pork scratchings. What's the opinion? Anthony Anderson, pork scratchings. Yeah, good run in the heat, Amy, says Anthony. "20 minutes to go." The box of celebration, by the way, that I'm referring to was gifted to us by Heather after the Paris Marathon. We've still got them, believe it or not. Right, Tina is not a fan of pork scratchings. Paul Hayward says Victoria's getting to work out as well, running backwards and forwards for me. She hasn't arrived yet though, she might be ignoring me. Oh, right, and Paul Hayward is not a fan either of pork scratchings. So Jeff, Victoria, me and Amy, big fans of pork scratchings. Jeff says he loves the bits where the hair is still attached. Nice. I don't think I've ever come across a bit with hair still attached. You've put me off them now. I reckon Victoria's doing the tough love thing, where she's refusing to give me chocolate, and she thinks, look, he's only got 3.5k to go, he can get through it. It's all in his head, she says. That's what she's saying. Tina Beard says, however, I could live on crisps. Don't say that to my wife. You and Victoria, you could live your entire life off crisps. I've said this before, the time it takes me to eat 1 bag of crisps, Victoria can polish off 4 bags. She's definitely not going to bring me chocolate now, is she? Jeff says running fast is good for you. Yes, that is true, Jeff. I do like to think of myself as a fat adapted runner, but like I said, occasionally I do get these crashes. Not often. Where's my crisps, Victoria? Victoria says I may have accidentally consumed a huge amount of crisps whilst watching this live stream. You didn't bring me any. I can eat crisps while I'm running, you know. Oh, Paul Hayward, that is a low blow. Paul Hayward, me talking about Victoria eating crisps faster than me. See, Paul Hayward says, so she's not only a faster runner then. That is a low blow. Victoria has eaten all the crisps. Yes, Jeff, I'm trying not to fall off the back of the treadmill at the moment. I'm just waiting for my chocolate to arrive. She's not bringing it, is she? She's not bringing it. Eight kilometres completed. 3 to go. Would it give us a pile of it then? Right, Victoria has bought me A date. Unbelievable. I've got a date. Right, I take it all back. That date was very tasty. Okay. 15 minutes to go. Date night, look at you. Right. Excuse me. Anthony Anderson says, they do say, whoever they are, they do say that crisps in moderation are good for you. I have never heard that. Paul Hayward applauding Victoria's choice of dates as sugar. Natural sugar, very good for you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's nice actually, that date. You've never seen me consume so much sugar on a run, have you? So Jeff Partridge, when he goes on an ultra run, he has a lucky dip bag with dates, cheese cubes, cocktail sausages, all mixed up. He never knows what he's going to get. Crisps make Victoria happy. They're good for her mental health, just like her husband. Interesting, pineapple makes Amy happy. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that either. Tina has chopped dates in her breakfast every day. Okay, approaching 9 kilometres now. Paul Hayward's already there. Kay Hunt is at 10.2, so he's got less than a kilometre to go. Me and Jeff just about to hit 9 with 2 to go. Okay, I reckon all that food has done the trick now. I'm not feeling too bad now. Legs are back on track. But now I feel so full, I feel sick. I've eaten too much food. 9 minutes to go. Heart rate definitely stuck in zone 3 for the last 4 kilometres. That's okay though. Yes, I saw that, Jeff. I didn't know him. Jeff just talking about a running friend of his who's just recently passed away after a battle with cancer. I did see the message on Facebook. I know his wife. I know Liz, but I didn't know him. Well, you can raise a pint to him tonight, Jeff. Yeah. Also just hearing news that they think they're almost certain that the 5 people in that submersible have died as well. I think they're fairly convinced that the debris on the floor of the ocean is that of the sub, which must have suffered a catastrophic implode on its descent to the Titanic. 10 kilometres done, 1 more to go. Jeff Partridge, we're going to have to speed up if we want to make sure that we get this done in the next 5 minutes. Do you want to speed up to 11 and a half? Hopefully that'll get us in just in time. Because it's actually 11.1 kilometers, so it's like an extra 100 meters. We might just do it. Let's see. Come on, Paul. We've caught up with Paul now. Come on, let's get this done in under an hour, Paul. This is going to be very tight. We might have to sprint the last 100 meters. Coming. I think we'll be all right. I think we've got 90 seconds to do 250 meters. I think we might be all right. Fingers crossed. Tina Beard says, change of subject. I'm very sad that Repack Reach has gone. Yes, I know. Yeah, all changed. All changed. No longer a dirt road anymore. Very sad. Right, we've got 60 seconds to do about 150 meters. Thank you, Yoko. Take care. See you soon. Yoko's got about 1 kilometre to go. Well done, Yoko. This is going to be tight. 20 seconds to do 50 meters. Come on. 10 seconds. Just made it. Just made it. Well done, Jeff. Well done, Paul. We just made it in under an hour. 59 minutes and 56 seconds. Very good. Oh. Right, well done, everybody. that is it for tonight. Another Thursday Flag That Badge done. Jeff Partridge says he's off to watch Laura finish the spine race from the pub. Cheers all. Thanks for the company. Sorry to bring the mood down. No, you didn't, Jeff. That's fine. No problem. Have a good evening. Raise a pint tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We can have a look and see what there is. In fact, let's just do that. Let's just have a little look. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's what we want there. We need to go to events. So Friday. So ZLDR recovery hour, isn't it? Really, I think that's the one to do if we're going to do something. It's the ZLDR recovery hour at 5:30 tomorrow. I'm going to put my name down for that already. I think that's the thing to do tomorrow. So I will see you all at 5:30 tomorrow UK time, 6:30 Central European time. Well done, everybody, says Paul Hayward, Jeff and Stephen. Thank you very much. Who said your maths isn't any good? Yeah, perfect. That was perfectly paced, wasn't it? Just about. Just about. Amy says great running, everyone. Yes, so we'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 UK time, 6:30 Central European time, lunchtime in the USA for the ZLDR recovery hour. Perhaps Victoria will run with us for that. Anthony Anderson's off for some food. Enjoy the rest of the run, everyone, and see you next time in Zwift. Take care, Anthony. See you soon. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking part. And well done, everybody. On a minute. That's better, isn't it? Now I can see you. Or you can see me. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. See you tomorrow, everybody. Then we won't be streaming at the weekend. We'll be doing outdoor runs at the weekend. And then we'll be back on Monday with the community run. Okay? Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.